All right, y'all, we got scammed. So at first I wasn't going to make this video because the amount that we got scammed for wasn't really that much money, and just to be honest with you, it was my fault. I allowed us to get scammed. But then I decided to make this video because I don't want any of you guys to face the same scam that we face. So the amount that we got scammed for was about $450, almost $500. This includes like shipping fees and everything like that. And it was done actually on our Shopify website. So some of you may be asking yourself, like, how did, TJ and April, how did y'all let this happen? So I'm gonna tell you how the scam kind of unfolded, and I'm gonna tell you some telltale signs to look for, with scams, especially around the holiday seasons. A lot of people are getting scammed, but just in general, overall, this is not just specifically for Shopify or eBay, but they can also run the scam on Facebook Marketplace. They can do it anywhere. Amazon. This is just basically like a steal credit cards, order as much as possible. Don't order too much, don't order enough to be like, suspicious, but order enough to where you can get some stuff, and then, they're gonna perform like chargebacks. So I'm gonna tell you how this happened to us. So this is a little bit of the timeline of kind of what happened and when. So the first scam order that we got came in on December the 7th. It was for a microphone, and the total with the shipping, it was like it was international, USPS international shipping or something like that, because it was going to Mexico. The total was $71. It came in at 9 a.m. in the morning. And, December 7th, we was getting sales. Everything was going good. And I was like, April, yes, we've got some sales rolling in on the website. Everything is good. I'm happy. We're doing some really like killer sales on eBay. So everything was like good, So then December the 7th. So this is around like 9 p.m. We had 4 separate orders totaling $159. Now, all these items were very small tech items. There was like a microphone, a keyboard, maybe some earbuds and something else. It was like all like kind of tech stuff, but it wasn't like really expensive tech stuff. We do have some very expensive tech items in our catalog online. So I didn't really think anything about it. So actually those 2 orders, the very next day, which is on December the 8th, I went and packaged those orders up. It was one order that was one item, which was like some headphones or some microphone. And then the second order was those 4 items, and it went into one box. So I was like, well, I'll go ahead and I'll package those items up, send those items out, and everything is good. Everything's golden. So then on December the 8th, we got another order at 5:30. So mind you, this is after I've already shipped the first 2 orders out. That order totaled $25. $25 is not a big order. I mean, it's just, it was one item, $25. It was going to Florida. I'm like, it's not a big deal. Now, this one was actually marked as medium risk. So when you look at the fraud analysis, it's got low, medium, high risk, and this item in particular was marked medium risk. So I was like, that kind of threw up a red flag. I'm like, I got like the squinch eye on it. I'm looking like, is this like, are they scamming me? And since these orders came in quick succession, which means one came in on 7th, then this one's coming in on the 8th. I'm like, now I'm questioning the other orders. Now those other orders have already been like shipped, so they're already on the way. And my thought process was, those items I bought, most of those items I got from the bin store. So, 5 items, we're looking at like $25 worth of product that's actually gone, even though the total of it was more than $200 just for those items. I wasn't losing that much product if those were scams. So when that 3rd order came in, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to fulfill that order. I'm just going to leave it like it is. I'm going to cancel it and put down that it's fraud, and I'm going to go on about my business. So then on December the 17th, we got 2 more orders from 2 separate people. So this was from like a Jesus and a Carlos. One person ordered 3 items. The next person ordered 4 items. So 7 items total. But between those 2 orders, it was over $200 for those 2 orders. And one of those orders of the 2 were marked high risk. And then the second order was marked low risk. So that's kind of the weird thing, is that some of them was marked high risk, some of them was marked low risk. Even the low risk items had kind of high risk tendencies to them. So like when we look at one of the low risk orders and you look at the fraud analysis, it may say low risk, but then there's other things that you have to look at besides that. So when we look at like the full analysis, it says the billing street address doesn't match the credit card registered address, and then the billing address zip code doesn't match the registered address, and then the billing address is listed in Spain, but the order was placed in the United States. So those three things are red, like kind of red flags, but overall the order was marked as low risk. So I'm like, I'm not taking any chances on this. I don't know if this is a real order, a fake order, but I'm gonna go ahead and just start canceling any order that doesn't have all greens. If everything doesn't match, I'm gonna cancel all those orders. So whenever I got that second order in, I was like, you know what, I'm done with this. I ain't getting scammed no more. I canceled all those orders. Well, then another order came in on the 22nd from someone, and their order, everything about their order seemed to be correct. The name matched the shipping address and the billing address. However, it was in two different locations. The billing address was in North Carolina. The shipping address was in Virginia, but it was the exact same name on both. So, that could mean they moved, or they're just in a different state, or it's going to somebody else. And this did come from Google, which means they didn't just type in palletjacking.com. And then they came to our site, they left, and then they came back again. So looking at this order, I kind of was like, maybe this one is correct. It only had one red flag, this order did, and it was that the shipping address was 267 miles away from the IP address. However, everything else matched. Everything was the same. There was only one billing attempt. The billing street matches the registered credit card. So everything matched in terms of this order being shipped out to somebody else. So I was like, you know what? I'll fulfill that order, even though it was in the time frame of all these other like scam kind of orders. So then on December 25th, which was Christmas Day, we got two more orders from two separate people. One was $40 and the other one was $55. So I'm like, all right, here we go again. We're getting more of these scam orders coming in. Both of these orders was marked as low risk. However, the characteristics for these two orders were the same as the low risk, high risk ones. I guess that's what I would call it, low risk, high risk. So there was two payment attempts. Then the billing address, the zip code, and the shipping address did not match any of the registered address. And in fact, these orders were, the billing address was in United States, but the order was placed in Canada. So these are just all like kind of red flags, but this is still marked as a low risk item. So that's what I'm saying. So you got to really look at the order characteristics when you're dealing with the Shopify website. And then the other order came in on the 25th as well. I canceled that one, but then another order came in on January the 12th, which was just 2 days ago, from the same person, same shipping address, same name. However, they had a different email address, and then the characteristics of the order was still, it was low like everything else. I don't understand how it's low, but then it's still got the billing address doesn't match, the zip code doesn't match. They ordered it from the United States, but the order was actually placed in Canada. So I canceled both of those orders. I don't know, that may have been a real order. I don't know. Whatever it was, it's canceled. I canceled this fraud, and they could have, if they wanted to, send me an email and say, hey, I'm not fraud, this is me, whatever. So overall, that's pretty much how it happened, and kind of how the timeline went with these orders. I don't think that, looking back, I don't know that I would have, if the first order came in as high risk, I don't think that I would have gotten scammed for as much, because I would have just canceled all the orders that came in, because my spidey senses would have been kind of going off about these orders. But, I was giving them benefit of a doubt. It's Christmas time, holidays, people are ordering things, people are shipping things to different places. So, I didn't know. So I really want to make this video not as a means to like scare anybody, but I wanted to let you guys in on like the inner workings of our business and some of the stuff that we face. You know, we're not new resellers and we've been in this game for a very long time. This just so happened to be the first time we actually got scammed on a kind of a massive, kind of a scamming ring kind of type of level. So I wanted you all to not make those mistakes. So I'm gonna tell you a couple ways that you can avoid this type of scam, especially if you have a Shopify account. So if you have a Shopify account, you know there is a way that you can look at the order when it comes in and it gives you a fraud analysis. So you can look at that fraud analysis and say, okay, this has a low threshold for fraud, but it can have a low threshold for fraud, but also they could be, you know, shipping. You have to look at the address's shipping address versus the billing address. Now, I know that sometimes people do order things and ship it to a different address. Like I do it sometimes, you know, I'll drop ship something or I will ship something, I'll buy something from with my personal card and send it to our business address. So that does happen, but just kind of like our policy right now is to not trust those orders unless it's something, it's like a small, like tiny order. Like for instance, we did have an order the other day, especially if it's something like this kind of like special or quirky. So like we had like a Golden State Warriors toboggan, and you know, it's like $14 or something like that, and they had it shipped to a different state. Well, I was like, well, they probably bought that as a gift, you know, for somebody. I don't think anybody's going to scam for a $14 Golden State Warriors toboggan, but maybe they will. I don't know. Seemed like a pretty legit order. But, you know, it's kind of hard to tell, but there are telltale signs. You got to look at the IP address. Is the IP address the same as the order location? You have to look at things such as the name on the order and does it match the name on the credit card? Shopify give you all this information. Now, a place like eBay, you're not going to get all that information, but there are some definite scams that go on eBay. You know, like people ordering or people telling you like to text them, or they want you to, they're going to send you a gift card, they're going to try to send you a check in the mail. Just a couple of different scams that kind of go on, but you just gotta, you really just gotta use your spidey senses, and if it's something that's too good to be true, then it probably is. Just like in this instance, you know, we was getting like a ton of sales on our website, which is exciting for us. During Christmas time, we was doing a lot of sales anyway, like on eBay, Amazon. I mean, like all of our sales platforms was really performing well. So to me, it wasn't that far-fetched to have more people on our website ordering things, because we had been promoting our website on Facebook. Some of our items are actually kind of like specialty items that are discontinued, so those items show up in Google search, but you can also look at the order and see where that traffic came from. You know, a big red flag is if they type your website name in. Those orders specifically came direct to our website, which means they typed in palletjacking.com and came straight to the website. So they weren't referred from YouTube, they weren't referred from Google, or they weren't referred from Facebook. So, you know, those are a couple things. I'm gonna put like a little checklist up here so y'all can understand some of the things to look for when dealing with these orders that could potentially allegedly be fraudulent. So while we faced this scam, it did not deter us. You know, I just took it as a learning experience. That's one thing that you really have to learn in this business, is there are things that's going to happen that's going to be outside of your control, and you know what, you just kind of got to go with it. You just got to roll with the punches and not get discouraged, not get upset. You know, just learn from it. Look at it as a learning experience. Teach others, tell others about your experiences. That way they won't make the same mistake. So with that being said, we are implementing some different policies on our website now that we're going to publish, and you know, it's just going to basically tell scammers that, hey, if you come in with a scam order, it's going to be immediately canceled. You know, I've canceled since this happened this week. I've canceled 2 orders that were fraudulent. They came from around the same area as the other scammers, and it was Florida. I'll tell you where it was: Miami, Florida, and Mexico. Those are the two locations that this scam ring is running through. So be on the lookout if you have a Shopify account, or if you're thinking of opening up a Shopify store. And I don't think we've made many videos about Shopify, but you know, Shopify is a really good place to use to have to host a website. They have really easy ways to make websites and to import your inventory. Like we have all our inventory imported from our eBay store onto our Shopify account. So it's very easy to have this website. You save out, you save on a lot of fees. There's a lot of good reasons to have a website with your items on it, especially if you have like a local presence or a local kind of customer base, because they can't order stuff from your website that's located at your store, and they can choose like in-store pickup, so they can shop your website while you're closed. There's a couple different ways to do it, but one of the biggest things that you want to avoid is getting fraudulent orders and fulfilling those orders, because you are 100% going to get chargebacks on those orders, and you're not really going to have a leg to stand on, because they're just going to send the money back. You're going to be charged a chargeback fee. So it could be something that could be very costly if you get into the loop of doing this and then you don't pay attention, because they're going to send chargebacks like a month later. You're going to forget about those orders, and then you're going to be in the same situation as we are, where we're getting chargebacks right after Christmas. But I had already anticipated that we probably would get chargebacks from some of these, because I noticed about midway through, I kind of noticed that we was getting scammed. We was in like some sort of a scam ring. We're still in it right now. So we get we get those fraudulent orders in, and I'm just deleting them. So I hope this never happens to you guys, but I did want to share it with y'all, because you know how I am. I'd like to share everything with y'all. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you like these types of videos, like, share, subscribe, really appreciate it. Also hit the bell icon so you get notifications whenever we release new videos. I'm a little under the weather right now. I don't have the C word, but I'm recovering from it right now, so that's why my voice is a little bit weird right now. I got like a little bit of a baritone type of thing going on, but gonna be making some getting back in the swing of making videos. We've got some stuff to unbox out there in the garage, so those are going to be pretty exciting to look at. We got some stuff over here to unbox that we hadn't unboxed yet. So we've got a ton of stuff coming up January, February, March of this year, hitting the ground running. Also, I'm going to be releasing some new content over on my other channel on tjlovelady.com. Some of it's going to be reselling related, some of it's going to be other things related. So please go over there and support me on my other channel. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.